your first time driving a stick shift?
Yeah, for a year.
Is that a lot of fun or what? No?
No.
Did you ever think you were going to be able to master it like you did now?
No.
Like you did now?
Did not.
How did that happen? Just by doing it, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And here she is always late coming to the table, you know. She started out with that little frickin' single axle automatic truck, and I said, well, this is what she wants to do. I'll have to get her a better truck, buy her the better truck. She didn't want it. Alex took over. She stayed in the little automatic. Then we got the other one going, and then she jumped in the other automatic. I was like, alright. Then the same thing happened with the tractor trailer. Buy Alex a automatic road tractor, and find one for Sarah. Sarah don't want. She don't want to drive tractor trailer. So then she started driving. Where did you start? You started driving. Well, you drove 18 all last year, silage truck. That's standard transmission. Then you drove manure truck 12, hauling manure. And then, while we were working on this, you started hauling with the 900. And we got this truck put together, and she was hauling manure for my uncle, and that's when that torque arm tore out of the 900. We brought this over there, right? You hadn't drove this yet prior to that, had you?
No, I haven't.
No. So she got to cut her teeth in on this one over to my uncle's place. With a manure tanker behind it. And with the sleeper on here, a little harder to back into something if you can't look out that back window, isn't it?
Yeah.
Plus a center fill on the manure trailer is a lot harder to get used to than the rear fill, right? Am I right with that?
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So we'll be to the field here in a minute. See this driver right here? He stays back. He stayed back because he recognized the trailer making the corners. There's a lot of drivers out there that actually know what's going on and that pay attention. And then there's a small majority that make the rest of the good ones look bad because they're just plain out morons. But this is what we deal with. So we'll be to the field here in a few minutes, and we'll get started in with that other chopper. pillars in around this hydrant. I don't know if they put them there for us or not, but we did have a guy working for us that ended up grazing that fire hydrant with a tire on truck 18. Another thing we had going on down here, and I don't know if it was that tree right there. I don't know, I think that tree's gone. It might have been that one, or they took the tree out. Yeah, I think they took it out. There was a tree back there that we had one of the other guys that used to work for us, he doesn't work for us anymore, come down this road to 8320. The manure spreader, it got slight and it was slippery conditions, snowing out. Went off the road, hit that tree with the 8320 and broke the right rear wheel assembly right off the tractor. We had to load the tractor in the road back there on the lowboy. We were bringing manure up to this field here. So we'll get inoculant in the chopper. We'll get the head on it. We'll start in here. Hey, just take the top off.
This one?
Yeah, can you get it on?
Yeah, I got it.
Just got to make sure you don't drop that rubber thing out.
This one?
No, undo that black thing. No.
Let me tight. I tied it. This one?
Yeah, you twist that. Just make sure that rubber thing doesn't fall out of that cap. There you go. And then take that lever and turn it to tank.
This one?
Yeah, it comes this way. Yeah. Oh, no, turn it. Keep going. Go right towards the cab. There you go.
Like that?
Yeah.
You want to keep this? Or?
You take them back to the shop. Make sure they end up in the shop so I have them for tomorrow.
In the office?
Yeah. All right. Jacob's got inoculant dumped in. I thought I could set that tire right here, but it doesn't quite fit there, and it would end up into the window. So we got Charlotte is going to take this guy after his truck, and I've got Alex and Sarah here. Andrew and Andrew took Jacob's truck to the field to where the mergers are sitting. That's how they got to those, and Jacob just needs to get a ride over to his truck. So we'll get the head on and get started. One thing I didn't do is I didn't set the shear bar. We'll set the shear bar now. We'll get this coupled on there. Alright, so we are now ready to go. So what we're going to do here now, this is the tally that I had for yesterday. I had 27.1 miles on the road. Transport time was 1.4 hours. I was in the chopper for 12.5 hours yesterday. And the cutter head was running for 9.3. And then in the field, when we didn't have it, we didn't have the road switch kicked in, the field tally is 11.1 hours. So that's 11.1 hours of like driving across the field that I'm doing right now. That would be considered in that time. So you got to take 11.1 to 9.3. The difference with those two numbers is 1.8 or 1.8 hours we spent not loading a truck. 473 acres for the day. For some reason I thought it was 463, but it was 473. And we chopped about 12 acres this morning with that other chopper. So I'll zero this out. We start with a clean sheet of paper for today. And when we get to the end of the day today, excuse me, we will see what our performance was. I'm not going to be able to get as many acres as I got yesterday, but because I didn't start, I started at 8:30 yesterday morning. So we chopped this here last night. There's 120 acres here in this field. It's a goofy bastard. There's rock ledges everywhere. There's rock close, and there's a big rock under that surface right there. And then these little knolls have rock in them and everything else here. All the little spots where you see trees growing, that's just spots where there's a big rock that we left there. You start digging over here, there's more rock there. You start digging one rock out and you end up digging for an hour in one spot. So we've got a little bit left over here, a load and a half or so, and then some down the road, and then we'll be moving to the Hudson farm next. So I ended up having to put that tire back in with Sarah. She can throw that in my truck when we get over to the next farm. We should have a tire with us at all times here. I dropped this one tire in a little washout last cutting. I seen it yesterday. I was kind of in the same spot, and I think that's what caused the tire to come off the rim. When the head came out of the hole, out of that washout, it ripped it off the bead, I think, anyways. But we did have an issue with that tire when that tire was brand new last year, and I just put sealant in the tire, and we probably should have had the damn thing replaced. It says to run 70 pounds of air in these tires. They do pretty good, really, for all the holes and what you do hit with them. They are pretty strong. So just got a couple windows here, like I was saying. Alright, it's a little past 1:30 here right at the moment, and one of the guys from my uncle's farm came over, and he is helping us truck some of this silage home. The farm that we're on now is about 10 miles away from our farm, and then we're going to be moving to the farm that is the furthest from our farm. So he's got the his gray Moss trailer, and he ended up picking up this Freightliner 122. I don't know what model that is. It's not a, no, I don't know what it is. It's a 122 something or other. It's not quite the same as Freightliners that we have. Got a setback front axle on it. Other than that, it's a good looking outfit. We've got him about loaded. He's the last load here. And we'll move to Waverly Farm. You got a radio, Brian? Yeah, he doesn't have a radio. That's Brian there. I don't know if he notices the camera or not, but... Alright, we got one windrow left here. Well, we are now into late afternoon. This is new seed. This was wheat last year. We seeded this down last fall, and this is the third time that we have harvested it. This has got a little moisture in it. However, the stuff that we have chopped prior to this is getting dry, and I was really worried about having the chopper gummed up and having it plug. So I think we are into a spot now where we could say that the chopper is going to clean itself out. So we've got Sarah coming in on deck here. We just loaded Charlotte. Sarah's got a freaking headlight out. Got to get after that. But for the most part, we've been rolling along here pretty good, considering. I was debating on whether or not to have somebody bring the water truck over, but the guy that would have brought the water truck over, he would have had a silage truck parked, and that would have been no good. So I think we're out of the woods here for a while. I do have some fresh green hay that is in the area that I could go and dive into as well. So that is coming out of the spout nicely now. It was all fluffy coming out. I'm not sure we were going to be getting into trouble. So we'll keep plugging away. This is probably going to be about it for this video, but we'll keep you till the end of the day, and we'll show you what our progress was as far as how many acres we have been able to get done today. We are farther away from home, than we were yesterday, and I've been waiting a fair amount for trucks. And I'm afraid that we're not going to come nowhere near what our productivity was for yesterday. So we've only got 4 trailers running today and 3 straight trucks. We have one of our own trailers sitting. Jared's baling hay like I had said earlier. And get everybody on it tomorrow. Well, we had to get into some greener hay. We were having some trouble with some dry stuff. I didn't have any actual plugging problems, but I felt that was getting close. So it is now 6 p.m. and it's right at that point where everything is at the driest point that it's going to be for the day. I don't know when this was cut. This might have been cut this morning, but I got a hold of Andrew and I said, hey, need some green hay. Told me where to go. So this is where we're at. We've got about 120 acres or so of hay that is ahead of this. And we'll get on that a little later here. We usually do about 30 acres after you get cleaned out. And you get into the stuff that starts building up, the gummy stuff on the pipe. And I'm just starting to clean out. I loaded Charlotte a minute ago, and then I got on to loading Sarah here. And as long as we're here, I'm going to finish this field, then get back into the stuff that we pulled out of and finish the night out there. I just did not want to deal with crawling in and around and under the chopper and dealing with it plugging up. So we're into the green stuff. I can't tell you what the moisture is because my sensor on the harvest slab is glazed over. And we have Brian coming in right now. Wow, this truck and trailer. Now that's the warning harvest lab sensor fault, moisture sensor.
Anyone
fault.
coming up through these woods?
I think you got time that Alex would be next and she can't be near.
Okay, John hopped in truck 18.
Okay, perfect. This truck of my uncle's, it is a 122 SD. That's the model that
I was in the box out in 18 because I put all the tires in there and there was mud and everything else in it.
It's the same model.
Yeah, he left the farm.
Same model as ours.
Still chasing about it, but clearly that didn't go through his head.
But it's got the setback front axle, so it's a little different, I think. So we'll keep plugging away here. While we are loading out the last load of the night, didn't get nowhere near ground covered that I thought I would get covered today, but we had some waiting. We had a couple of issues here a little while ago. So there is the last load. I'm gonna let him sneak on out of here. He's got about 7/8 to 15, 16 of the load on there. I could have put a little more in the back, but I wanted him to be able to step out on the road there. So we've got to get this ready for tomorrow. I had to come into some greener hay because I ended up plugging up the transition chute over on the field that we'll chop tomorrow, but that was cut before this, and the hay is a little lighter. So here's our report card for the day. Been in the chopper for 10 hours. Cutter head has been engaged for 7.5 of the 10 hours. Been in the field for 9.2. On the road for 0.8 of an hour. And we have traveled 16.3 miles on the road. And we have chopped 364 acres today. I know the math don't quite math out for cutter head versus acreage and all that stuff, but the fields that we were in today, some of them were rougher, couldn't go as fast, and we had a little more waiting time. Well, not much. 1.7 hours of waiting time today. I forget what we had for waiting time yesterday, but we're farther away from home and whatever. So that is going to do it for this video. I want to thank everybody for watching, and we will catch you guys at the next one. We got a couple days left here, and then we should be able to roll into putting seedings in. I don't know if I'm going to film any more of the chopping here, but yeah, I think we've done enough. So we'll see how things go here, and if we run into any problems, maybe that'll find its way on the camera. What I do have to remember is I have 3 windrows over there that was on a side hill. I didn't want to put that trailer of my uncle's on a side hill. Last thing, we try to load things so that you're empty on the steep stuff and you're full on the level ground. And it worked out that we got him started in that field that we came out of, and he was loaded by the time he got to the road. So we're coming up to the milking barn here. My truck is on the other side of the road over by the grain bins. We've been over in this area quite a bit with the camera running, starting up the day, ending the day, and doing whatever. So that's where we're at, and we'll go ahead and get this ready for tomorrow. So take it easy, folks. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you at the next one.